Ever wish you could meal prep 8 high-protein meals, all from one giant pizza?
Ooh, yeah, baby.
I used to think meal prep meant hours in the kitchen, but this barbecue chicken pizza helped me lose 75 pounds and only takes 20 minutes of actual effort. So I'm gonna show you how to make a massive sheet pan pizza that even a total beginner can make and reheats like new in 3 minutes. Let's get into it. Let's be real. Most pizza dough recipes are a hassle. There's endless kneading, dough that's sticky and impossible to work with, and there's that little voice in your head asking, will the dough even rise this time?
Son of a bitch.
But what if I told you there's a way to make a high-protein pizza dough that's so simple, you barely have to lift a finger? Today, I'll show you 2 methods. The 8-minute version anyone could do with just a bowl and a spoon, and the ultra-fast 3-minute version for when you're feeling extra lazy. Both are easy, both get you to the same result, and neither require any kitchen skills. Put a large bowl on a scale and add 420 grams all-purpose flour, 105 grams vital wheat gluten, 6 grams salt, and 7 grams instant yeast. Vital wheat gluten is basically the protein powder of the baking world. Same macros and tons of protein, but at a fraction of the price. That's why it's a staple in almost every protein pizza recipe I've created for my cookbook, Diet Cheat Codes. And trust me, vital wheat gluten isn't going anywhere. But here's something most people don't realize. On its own, it's missing a key amino acid called lysine, which means it's not a complete muscle-building protein by itself. The good news? We're topping this pizza dough with cheese and chicken, which are both loaded with lysine. When you eat them together, the vital wheat gluten in the dough and the cheese and chicken toppings team up to give you a complete protein, so you help force muscle growth with every slice. Now, technically, you can swap out the vital wheat gluten for more all-purpose flour. Just know that doing this removes about 80 grams of protein from the recipe. And that protein isn't just for muscle building. It also keeps you fuller for longer, which makes fat loss a whole lot easier. Whisk your dry ingredients together, then pour in 340 grams warm water. Mix everything with a spoon until it starts to get difficult. When your forearm says, "That's enough for one day, buddy," it's time to go in with a soaking wet hand. Squeeze and press the dough together until every bit of flour is hydrated, making sure to get any dough off the bowl that may be sticking. And in less than 10 minutes, you'll have a dough that's maybe a 2 out of 10 on the look scale, but is going to do all the hard work for you while you relax. Remember, I promised a 3-minute dough as well. For this one, just dump all your dry ingredients into a food processor and blend for 30 seconds. Then slowly pour in the water while the blades keep spinning for an additional 30 seconds. Once the dough comes together, let it mix for 15 to 20 more seconds and transfer it to a bowl. Press in any leftover dry ingredients, and just like that, you've got a dough that's ready to rise. Almost instantly. With this extra dough, I'm gonna make my pepperoni sheet pan pizza, also featured in Diet Cheat Codes, so I can have more variety in my meals this week. And no, you can never have enough pizza. Cover the bowl of dough and leave it somewhere warm while it takes a nap. Pro tip: preheat your oven for exactly 60 seconds, then turn it off. This creates the perfect environment for your dough to rise. Now go and take your favorite pre-workout and hit the gym for 60 to 90 minutes. Or just kick back and watch some TV. Like this video. When you come back, you'll see the dough has risen beautifully and should look like this. If you leave it for longer than 60 to 90 minutes, it'll rise even more. It's time to give the dough a little strength with a simple stretch and fold. With a soaking wet hand, scoop under the dough to loosen it from the bowl. Stretch it up, fold it over itself, and give the bowl a quarter turn. Stretch it up again, and fold it over itself again. Repeat this process until the entire dough has been stretched. Flip the dough over and round it against the side of the bowl a few times. At this point, it should look like a true dime piece of a dough ball, aka a 10 out of 10. Cover it up and let it rise for another 60 to 90 minutes while you do absolutely nothing. Now, grab your sheet tray and let's start forming the pizza. Add 16 grams of olive oil to the tray and spread it across the entire surface, including the sides. This not only keeps the dough from sticking, but also helps brown the bottom of the crust and gives it that signature crunch. I use these sheet trays for almost all of my cooking, but the dough was sticking to them more than I would like after baking, so I switched to these newer ones. If you already have these sheet trays, don't worry about it, but just to be cautious, I would add an additional 10 grams oil to prevent any sticking. Take the dough out and let it hang for a few seconds so it naturally starts forming into a rectangle. Place it in the center of the pan and use your fingertips to gently press it outward. This keeps air pockets in the dough, making your pizza lighter and fluffier when it comes out of the oven. After a couple of minutes, the dough should be stretched over about 70 to 80% of the pan. But here's the catch. After all this stretching, the dough is tense and needs a little time to relax. Plus, this gives it another chance to rise. So cover the pizza up and let it hang out for 15 to 20 minutes in a warm place. This quick break will give you a softer, thicker crust after it bakes. During this time, let's take 2 minutes to shred our cheese. And listen, while I'll let you use pre-shredded cheese for the fat-free portion of this recipe, I will personally come to your house and shame you if you don't take the couple of minutes to shred your own part skim mozzarella. Pre-shredded cheese is a blasphemous crime in this kitchen and will absolutely ruin your pizza. And please, don't even suggest giving pre-shredded cheese a bath to wash off the starch, you unhinged lunatics. It takes more time to do that and dry it off than it does to just shred it yourself. Plus, you still won't get the same results. Throw our freshly shredded cheese in the fridge until we're ready. After 20 minutes, your dough should look like this. Risen about 30 to 40%. Now that it's relaxed, stretch it all the way to the edges until the entire pan is covered. Time to top the pizza. For sauce, any no sugar added barbecue sauce with around 15 calories per serving works great. I'm a Sweet Baby Ray's super fan, and since I like my pizza extra saucy, I'm using 280 grams. And leave about a half-inch border around the edges for the crust. Now you might be wondering why we haven't cooked the chicken yet. Simple answer: Costco. The pre-cooked Chipotle chicken I get is packed with flavor and ready to use straight out of the package. Like I said in the intro, this pizza is all about convenience without sacrificing flavor. And honestly, that's exactly how I create every recipe in Diet Cheat Codes. I want you to be able to eat pizza, burritos, and even cheesecake without sacrificing flavor or your goals. That's why thousands have not only lost weight, but kept it off too while using these recipes and have sent me unbelievable feedback. If you want new recipes early and a cookbook that never stops growing, check out the link in the description and use code E4CM for 10% off. Now, if you can't get the Costco chicken, I also love this other pre-cooked chicken brand that you can get at grocery store chains like Walmart. Whichever chicken you choose, evenly spread 422 grams across the pizza. I like putting the chicken under the cheese so it stays juicy instead of drying out while baking in the oven. Next, add 224 grams fat-free mozzarella, followed by 294 grams part skim mozzarella. If you're a raw onion person, now's the time to add 30 grams of thick 1 to 2 inch slices of red onion. Personally, I like to run my onion slices under water to mellow out that sharp bite, then dry them off. They get sweeter after cooking in the oven, and that flavor is delicious. Now, throw the pizza onto the bottom rack of a preheated 450-degree oven for 20 to 24 minutes or until the cheese is perfectly browned. Placing the pizza near the heating element at the bottom of the oven is going to help ensure we get a browned, crispy bottom with maximum flavor. And oh my God, would you look at that? You can even hear how delicious it sounds. Slice it into 8 pieces, sprinkle on some cilantro for garnish, and eat. To reheat, just pop a slice in a preheated 350-degree air fryer for 2 to 4 minutes and lunch is ready. But wait, even though this is the perfect fat loss meal, none of it will matter if you make the same mistakes I did during my 75-pound weight loss journey. In this video here, I break down everything I wish I knew before losing 75 pounds and how to avoid falling into the same traps that cost me years of stress and a whole lot of stretch marks. Until next time, deuces.